The goal of today's video is to talk about my Q3 credit card strategy and the use case for each of these credit cards in my wallet. If you're new to the channel, my name is Abhi. This is Credit Debit with Abhi, and like we do in all of our videos, without further ado, let's dive in. The first credit card in my wallet, and technically that's a credit card that my girlfriend applied for, is the Capital One Venture Rewards card. It's a credit card we got recently, and I'll link a video up there talking about how we arrived at the decision of getting that credit card. If you did not know, the intro bonus on the card is 75,000 miles after you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of card ownership. Now these are Capital One miles and can be valued at 2 cents per point given all the travel partners that Capital One has. The card comes with a $95 annual fee, and there are 2 benefits on the card that can help subsidize some of the annual fee. The first one is 2 complimentary visits to the Capital One lounges, and there are very few. The one that I'm aware of is the one in Dallas. So if you're flying through Dallas, you can use the lounge there. The other benefit is the Hertz 5-star status, which allows you to skip the rental queue, go directly into the lot and pick a car of your choice. The multipliers on the card are interesting too. You get 2x back on everything, and you get 5x back when you book hotels and car rentals through the Capital One portal for a limited amount of time. The primary use case of this credit card is to spend the money that we will need to spend to furnish our place in upstate New York. So any expenses that are coming up for that particular property, we're putting it on this credit card to hit the $4,000 threshold and to get 75,000 miles. The second credit card in my wallet is the Citi Advantage Platinum Select credit card. This is a Citi co-branded credit card for American Airlines, and the reason why I got this credit card is I got a pre-selected offer where I could get 60,000 miles for spending $3,000 in the first 3 months of card ownership. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, I had put a hold on my credit card applications to be able to apply for a mortgage, but once the mortgage process was done and dusted, I was ready to apply for a new credit card. My plan was to apply for the Citi Premier card, but in the meantime, a pre-selected offer showed up for the Citi Advantage Platinum Select credit card, and I had to go for it. You earn 2x back on gas stations, restaurants, and purchases made through American Airlines, and you get 1x back on everything else. The card comes with a $99 annual fee that's waived in the first year, and some of the key benefits include a free check bag for you and up to 4 travelers that are flying on American Airlines. Now, depending on whether you do this or not, you can easily value a free check bag unless you have status with the airline at $30 per way. And you also earn 1 loyalty point for every mile that you earn, and this will count towards your American Airlines status. Now, what I'm using this card for is for my day-to-day expenses. So anything outside of flight bookings, supermarket expenses are going on this card. It also helps me build some spend history with Citi. I've had the Rewards Plus card with Citi, but I haven't spent on that card a ton. So I'm now building up some spend history with Citi, and hopefully that will make me a great candidate for Citi when I apply for the Citi Premier card later down the line. I don't know if that strategy is going to work, but I'll report back on it on this channel. The third card in my wallet is the American Express Platinum card. This card is primarily being used for any flight booking. So I did a fair amount of flight booking for the rest of the year, and I used my American Express Platinum card because I get 5x back when I book directly with an airline. And since you're earning membership reward points, these can easily be valued at 2 cents per point because I do plan to transfer them out to travel partners. Another great example of why I like to use the American Express Platinum card when booking flights is when you can actually combine some of the spend that you're doing for flights with an offer that American Express is running, it becomes the cream on top of the cake. Amex was running an offer where if you spend more than $1,000 with KLM or Air France, you get $200 back. And I was going to book this trip anyways, and having that offer, getting 5x back on the spend that I was putting on the card, and then getting $200 back on spend I was anyways going to make, made it a sweet deal. An example of that is I booked a trip from here to Turkey to India and back to the US in December of this year, and I booked that itinerary primarily with KLM. I haven't had any travel after the Dubai trip, so I haven't been able to use the Amex Platinum card for lounge access or things of that nature, but this also happens to be the card that I use for a lot of the key coupon-like benefits, getting some money back on an Audible subscription and things of that nature. The last card in my wallet, and this is probably not going to be a surprise to anyone who's followed me on this channel, is the American Express Gold card. And this card is primarily being used for supermarket purchases. And there are 2 reasons for it. As you may already know, on the Amex Gold card, you earn American Express membership reward points, and you earn 4x of those for every dollar that you spend on your supermarkets up to $25,000 every calendar year. Now that in and of itself is great. Now one can argue that if I'm working towards 2 credit card bonuses, I should probably be directing some of the spend towards those credit cards. But at the beginning of this quarter, I got an American Express offer that allowed me to earn 2 additional points, membership reward points that is, on spend at US supermarkets on top of the 4x that I was earning, up to 2,000 points. So until I get to that point, I'm going to be using the Amex Gold card for US supermarket spend. The other question you may be asking is, what card am I using for restaurant spend? Right now, though the Amex Gold card would give me a higher multiplier, I'm putting some of that spend on the Citi card so that I'm able to hit the spend threshold to get the bonus. If you want to learn more about these 2 cards, I'll link the videos that I made on these cards specifically up there. Some of the intro offers in those videos might be outdated, but every other detail should be fairly relevant. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. If this is your second time watching a video, consider subscribing, and like always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.